Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the EVE Frontier devs to talk about the news cycle, to talk about stuff live. So please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the EVE Frontier devs. Yes, back again. Look at us doing it. I had so many tech problems. There you are. Let me actually unmute so they can hear you now. So that's a good
Beautiful.
thing. Excellent.
It's nice to know it's not just me, if I'm being honest.
With the audio.
It feels like Friday.
It does feel like Friday. It's not a joke.
Do
We sound all right.
You sound perfect. Everything sounds great.
Good.
Chat, press 1 if you could hear and see them. We need confirmation because
Yeah, press this button.
the sheer amount of
Tap on the
problems.
desk. It's not going to be loud at all.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear me.
hurts.
Yeah,
I think we're good. Perfect.
Very
The
good.
sheer, hey, look at that. There we go. So many ones in
Beautiful.
the chat. Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We are joined with CCP Jotunn, CCP Goodfella, and CCP Collins. Look at that. Excellent. Yeah, woohoo. I love the background. I've been loving the Frontier
CCP
Fridays.
Collins.
Y'all are
CCP
doing
Collins.
so. Is that
It's a CCP Overload.
Yeah,
Overload, excuse me,
can't believe
excuse me.
you did me dirty like that. Wow.
Chat, put me, make a hate threat about me,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Stephen
Okay, come on.
Collins.
So, excuse me. I have been going back and forth in so many Vanguard, Frontier,
Don't
EVE
feel
Online
bad.
DMs.
Don't
So,
feel
you
bad.
know, sorry.
They're both British, so it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Me and CCP Collins are good friends. It's fine.
Oh,
love
okay.
it.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
That's
yes.
a great person to be compared
man.
to.
Wonderful.
Yes. Well, there. So, my awkwardness aside, this is good stuff, and we're glad to bring them in here. So, news cycle, EVE Frontier.
Yes.
We're on cycle 2 now. We did just get done with the free-to-play segment that was coming in. How did that go? Did it go well? Did you surpass the expectations that y'all were seeing in terms of player base? Everyone was enjoying it. Bug fixes galore. I was keeping up. Jotunn, God bless you, my friend. Okay, I saw all the pings you were putting out. God bless you and the team. So tell me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I think it's interesting. We're in this kind of weird interstitial period between releases where we did a big thing back in June, and we've got some more big stuff coming in the future. So during these couple cycles, while we're still testing some things and working out some systems that are currently in development, we're not expecting things to necessarily be gangbusters all the time, but things have been steady. I think we're not quite as high as we were in cycle 1 for the free trial, but they were still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're happy.
Considering we haven't had a major content release since June, I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah.
And it's just, it went awesome. Good feedback as always. And the people coming in to the free week now are blessed with the people that have been before them, giving us feedback on how to improve the experience. So it went really well. And now these people have been introduced to Frontier. Some of them are actively playing. Some of them didn't like the experience at all. This is not a game for them. Totally fine. And the others are also just excited to monitor us continuing to improve the game.
Yeah.
So,
Love that.
It is
all according to plan.
interesting how many people are just there just to like see what happens.
What's the vibes?
Yeah. Like who have not played the game, who just like either hang out in Discord, who have bought a pack or just chilling, and they're just like, I just want to see what happens.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
I'm very intrigued by that because it makes total sense to me. My marketing brain is going on overdrive when you said that less people were playing right now, but that makes sense to me because people will show up when they think there's something to check out, and if there hasn't been major content upgrades, updates, whatever, then people are like, well, I'll just wait a little bit because the game isn't out yet. You know, this is the main point, Chad, is that when you're playing EVE Frontier right now, you get to help shape what the game is going to be, so you can give feedback to the devs. They're literally here. They took time out of their days. Thank you again, y'all, for showing up. And this is my point. If you're curious, yeah, go ahead, please.
We do a lot to try and like basically show the vision of where we're going. We put a lot of like videos out. We've got one for you today, by the way, exclusive.
Yeah, we actually have, we have
full
exclusive shit for you.
To show kind of like where we're going and what we're working on and stuff like that. And I think it's a good sign when people are just like, okay, this looks like it's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, and there's some people who are perfectly happy to like be really deep in the process of it. Some people are very happy to just sort of like take a step back and check in every now and then. And we love all of you.
Yeah, but some people love hanging out and just talk shit about us, which is fun. Hey, you get it both ways. You know what I mean?
We like the people that don't believe in us. They fuel our energy, not as much as the proponents, for sure.
It's a different kind of energy.
Yeah, it's a different kind of energy.
We always monetize the haters here on the Loru Gaming channel, you know, so that is what we do. You know? I love it. Speaking of monetization, I love that shirt, Jotunn, of the main Jotun
Oh.
emote. So not yours today, but like the
I was
face.
gonna say,
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's fine, I
So,
guess.
That's
your
actually,
hoodie is awesome, but also yes. Go ahead, yeah.
It's Frontier player merch.
it is actually
It's
Frontier
not us,
player
some
merch. It's
players
not us.
made
We
it,
did not
yeah.
make that.
I love that.
God had no hand in the creation of that shirt. That was purely we had a couple Frontier players. Shout out to Tribe Reapers, a bunch of fucking maniacs who
They
love
are,
it.
to be fair.
I mean, they unironically are, who sent me that unprompted and just said, "Will you wear this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess."
Every day.
It's very funny to wear. The chat has no idea what we're talking about, by the way, which
No.
is really funny. Look at
They do.
watch streams. I've worn it a lot recently.
They know.
I've worn it out and around, like on the town, and I look like an insane person when I'm wearing that shirt outside.
You're essentially the second person on this desk to have a shirt featuring their own face.
Yeah, we just need to get you one too.
Yeah,
One of
I
perfect.
have one.
Oh, there you go.
I
yeah.
have a bunch of coffee mugs as well with my face that have also a picture of me. That it becomes meta.
Yeah.
Like I have like a
see.
6th
Okay,
edition
I
coffee
see.
mug.
Gotcha.
And people
Coffee
say
mug.
we're not humble.
Yes, we're
Yeah,
very,
yeah,
of course,
yeah.
we're very humble.
Yeah.
Tell you what, next interview, everybody wear the face shirts. I'll get one for myself, and we can just be multiple Inception layers. It'll be awesome. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah, we will do this.
Love that.
Very
I love
good.
that. Well, glad to see it's going well. Cycle 2 is going on right now, and while there isn't major content updates, why should the players sign in and check? I think this is the main question I have for y'all today, because I was playing Frontier, had a great time. Go ahead, yeah, please.
I've described Cycle 2 as Cycle 1, but it works. Because Cycle 1, when we launched, we dropped a lot of content that was all very new features and things like that. And it was a bunch of things. There was bugs, there was errors in like balancing, stuff that we need to test with these cycles. It's one of the reasons that we do it. And we were able to, over that Cycle 1, basically fix pretty much everything. So when Cycle 2 launched, it was totally smooth. If you go back and look at the release of Cycle 1, mostly smooth. Pretty much 99% smooth.
99% smooth.
If you go back and look at the release of Cycle 1, you'll notice like the sheer amount of patches almost daily to like fix a bunch of things. And I think it's good to sort of consider this almost like a sort of, the TikTok strategy of you do like a big thing, you go hard, you break stuff, and then you spend some time like fixing it, and then you sort of redo it so it's nice and smooth, and then you break stuff again. So this is kind of where we're at in the cadence.
I love that.
Yeah, and also, I mean, as Overload said, a lot of it is.
Excuse me, CCP Collins.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You call it
I'm
that.
sorry.
There's a lot on the stitching together the experience as well. And on that note, we are in the middle of the transition for giving people, or the keepers giving people EVE points from the grace they have collected. So as that is being done now, if you want grace from the keeper, which I promise you want, and you are in competition with other writers on the Frontier, Cycle 2 is a great point in time to start doing that, because just as with the experience of playing the Frontier, it has now been refined and is working way better than before. So if you're interested in joining early, just doing missions, competing with other people on the Frontier, and getting rewards for it in the end, this is the time.
This is the time. I loved, y'all, playing Cycle 1. And some people are asking, what is Cycle 2? It's just the next iteration of the alpha of EVE Frontier. It's a great time. I love that they're putting it out in cycles, chapters, whatever you want to call it, because there's like a focus, it seems, on every single one. And I just had a great time playing the first one. Just roaming around like Jotun. I never really got bigger than that base that you flew to. But I had a great time just playing around with it, going, oh, there's really something here. And I cannot express enough that we all had doubts, chat, going into EVE Frontier, like, what is it? What is it? Oh, Web3 stuff, whatever, we're going to talk about it. All of my doubts evaporated, and I've said this not in front of them. You guys know it's not just because I'm talking to them. When I actually played the game, because I am a space game enjoyer and a survival game enjoyer, well, goodness, they combined it into one thing, and I'll dovetail into this next question with this. When I'm reacting to A Nomad's Tale by Chlorokin right now, shoutouts. How he plays EVE Online is how EVE Frontier is, with these like mobile bases, moving from A to B, planning your stuff, getting your ops ready. Oops, someone's here, time to react. Oops, someone's attacking me, time to go back and forth. So we talked about grace and the system that y'all are using. These are the points, y'all, that you can get by playing the game. Do we know what those are going to be used for yet? I know last time it was like a, it's good, you'll see kind of thing. Is there some kind of a, is the carrot less ethereal on the stick today?
Hey, Loru, they're good, and we'll see.
Okay. Now, see, chat. Now he said it with a sultry voice, so less ethereal,
Indeed.
more. We're getting there.
Listen. They are a great way for us to monitor player activity, right? Because what happens is we can see when we look at how many people have completed what missions and how many people those missions obviously will give out a certain amount of points. What we're looking at is saying, okay, well, what kind of things do people gravitate towards? Because they always go towards the things that are easiest or the things that are like the most interesting to them first. So they'll do those. Which is great. It's a good way for us to keep an eye on player activity. That's awesome. By the same token, we can also use that same system to, at some point down in the future, if we wanted to look at, giving out, Discord, notoriety or something for people who have been particularly active, or just people who we want to be paying attention to because they've been some of the most active people in the community. It's a really great way for us to do that. So it is a good system for basically denoting people who have been active in the game. Obviously.
Yep.
Yeah, we track a lot of things. Like, I don't know if you follow the eFrontier blogs that we post on the website. There was one that went up last week, I believe, or maybe the week before.
I follow.
Which it has a bunch of charts and graphs and showing how we use data basically within in this one specifically, we're talking about the NPE, the new player experience. And you can see kind of how we're granularly working through all the different stuff, getting knowledge and data to basically infer game design decisions. And it's quite an important thing. You're not just sticking your finger up and going, I think it should be like this, because I feel like this should be like this.
Yes.
You can start with that. And it's always good to start somewhere with like a good designer has a good hunch of what will work. But the amount of times that something a game designer makes doesn't necessarily survive contact with the players because they use it in a way it's unintended. So seeing how people are actually using stuff in the game and sort of in the game environment, that includes things like the missions and stuff like that, is super important. And we can take that real data that actually comes from thousands and thousands of players playing and using the game, and we can see how they're actually doing it. And that's actually quite important.
I love that. You guys got you got a like 5-bird, 1-stone situation going on, because y'all, for the uninitiated, Grace are the points that the eFrontier devs are using to help you see, let's call it, how much you've done in the alpha. But this is news to me too, as far as this interview goes, that the devs are also seeing what activities are generating the most grace, who's using the most things, where people are going. I love that y'all are using it internally. It's not just a like, hey, yeah, you guys can get some internet fun points and you can see who has the most numbers. This is really cool.
To be very clear, there are also internet fun points. It is not, the whole system does not make any sense if people can't use it to talk shit to each other. Like let's be
my points are higher than your points.
Let's be very frank about this. Like, it is a good way for us to like introduce some native, because like everybody want big number. Everybody want number to be the bigger number. You know what I mean? So if I have bigger number than you, I win.
You're better.
That means I'm strong and you're weak.
I literally had a.
Coincidentally, CCP Jotunn has 0.
Listen, as a point of pride, I do have some points. I have logged in.
Yeah, he logged in and tweeted.
He's the most valuable
Jesus Christ.
Person for the rest of the community, of course, because we did a community mission to see if they could kill CCP Jotunn.
I'm a giver. It's what it is.
In a particular stream. It was a 2-hour stream. He was very big talk on our stream, and then he was killed in 4 minutes and 59 seconds, giving everyone who played over that weekend 50 grace.
Sheesh.
I have become feral. Chat says I've become feral too sometimes. Still am feral, if I'm being honest.
It's a group exercise to dunk on CCP Jotunn.
If you had to work in
chat joining
if you had to work in this environment, you'd be feral too. Believe me.
Yes, mate. I love it. In one of my Frontier videos, I actually had a comment that said, like, I have such and such points. I bet Loru has less than me. And I was like, bro, like, you're coming to my YouTube comments with this? Get out of here.
That's nice. That's good.
Absolutely correct.
It's amazing. So.
It is grace points guarantee bragging rights. That's a good way to put it.
True.
Yeah, they are guaranteed bragging rights.
Keep signing in chat. Keep checking on Cycle 2. And what I recommend y'all do, if you're on the fence about eFrontier, is this is why we want to put out these kind of videos. You're going to be seeing me stream and play the game more, show y'all if and when you should check it out. The game's only going to improve. I had fun in Cycle 1, the first one. When we have Cycle, I don't know, 10, goodness gracious, what are we going to be doing? They're going to be even crazier. So I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about doing this also publicly is that we'll have like a basically an unbroken record of how bad things were and how much better they've gotten. So we can show people like we don't have to hide it. We don't have to like put out a documentary afterwards being real retrospective. We're like, hey, look at any stream from like May 2025 or hell, even back to like December of last year.
Yeah.
Like compare that to now and you're like, okay, I get it.
And imagine the elitists who joined us for the journey,
Hell
who were here
yes.
for the beginning, and that is what Grace and Eve Points is all about.
We appeal to elitists.
Yes. Game recognized game.
Game does recognize game. Yeah.
eFrontier, I'm sorry, I was not aware of your absolute game. You know what the heck?
Yeah,
No,
we have
this is
tons
great.
of game.
We have tons of game.
We talk a lot about like what somebody asked me recently, like what is, I think it was on a stream I was doing. They want to know like what is the appeal of Eve Frontier over Eve Online, and I'm like, listen, it's not competitive. Like we're here to support each other. We're all part of the same big family here. But sex appeal, yes, definitely 100% sex appeal.
So you notice I can't see Jotunn's chin because of his excellent beard, but his chin could probably chisel butter, because he's got that Chad mentality. Okay, that's exactly,
chisel butter is butter one way or another.
Exactly,
like, the
whole
thing.
We chisel butter over here. That's right. No, this is a really good
I
point
like
actually.
that energy is,
When you exactly. When you're talking about eFrontline versus eFrontier, I don't think it's verse. I really don't.
Yeah.
One of the most common questions I get. Yeah, go please. Yeah.
We've been pretty, I think, straightforward about kind of our intentions there. Like one of the biggest questions we get asked a lot is why are you just building Eve 2 and why is it the way it is? And also, can you please stop doing this thing and taking money away from Eve to make this shit Eve 2?
Yeah.
The good news is we're not taking money away from anybody because we are privately funded. Yes. And the other good news is we're not making Eve 2. It is, I mean, we've talked about this in the past too. It's like more like DayZ compared to Rust.
Yes.
You mean DayZ?
Same thing. Listen, I'm trying to adapt. All right.
DayZ compared to Arma.
Yeah, that's the one. Arma, not Rust.
That's good.
Sir.
Yeah.
But with Rust elements.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bit like thing. I don't know how much Star Wars games you play, but I played a lot of Knights of the Old Republic back in the day.
Yes, sir.
I also played a huge amount of Jedi Outcast or Jedi Academy. And we've been saying like, no, don't create Jedi Academy. Knights of the Old Republic, don't create Star Wars 2.0.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's using the beautiful IP that Eve is and creating another distinct experience within that IP.
Yeah.
That's what the game's about.
You guys are hearing it.
Dawnbringer gets it. Like, this is about creating the baddest game ever.
Yeah.
In a good way. And it's not for the faint of heart. So if the people tuning in are like, faint of heart.
Yeah, I know.
You're better off just logging off.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're shitter games you can play.
Yeah.
Our game is too base for you, unfortunately.
Yes.
That's not a joke.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Especially right now, it is not for the faint of heart. But I mean, like, he brings up a good point. Like, there's so much back and forth too, like positive back and forth between us and the Eve team. We've talked, at length, and we did a whole big thing about it at FanFest, but like the back and forth that happened last year during the big Python 3 upgrade.
Yes.
That is going to be at some point rolled out to TQ in terms of like just big server improvements. That's huge and would not have happened if we had not been here.
That's massive. That took about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And probably a good 20, 25 people working on it pretty much full time.
Yeah.
It was a huge lift. It was nearly 5 million lines of code to be
Yeah.
updated. And then those of you who were there for Cycle 5, Phase 5 playtest,
Yeah.
we opened the gates, the server lasted 12 minutes and then crashed.
Yep.
And then crashed something like 25 times over the next 24 hours, and I had to stay up all night turning the damn thing on and off again.
It's so much better that we were able to do that on stillness than it would have been if we were trying to do it on TQ.
Yeah, that would never have worked.
No,
so
that
it's
would've been
good that we can share this technological improvement. We need the Python 3 upgrade for our own purposes, and it allows us to modernize the engine.
Yep.
It's faster, it's more responsive. It means that people, like hiring software engineers that know Python 2.7 is almost impossible because that was deprecated 15 years ago.
Yes.
So you have to take people and say, all the new modern stuff you have, forget about it. Let's go back in time. So be able to modernize your tool set, use a more modern, up-to-date language that has new features that make sense in a 2025 product is massive. And at base level, it gives at least a minimum of 20% improvement just straight up. So, but it was very difficult to pick up the entire game upgrade through 15 years worth of modernization and put it back down again and have it still function in the same way. So that loop of fixing things took a long time.
Well, I mean, I guess that's really and that's what we mean too when we talk about how it's not competitive, right? We're trying to do this thing in a way where yes, we are absolutely making our own game. We're doing our own cool shit. We think it's awesome, but that doesn't exist without EVE Online. Like the universe we're working on doesn't exist without those two things working in unison. So I understand people have a lot of criticisms and skepticisms about basically everything that we do, but you can take our word for it. Take my word for it, chat. You can believe me. I feel trustworthy.
Yes.
These are collaborative efforts, not competitive efforts.
It's a really good point.
It's the thing, like, you can't create another game in Star Wars that has lightsabers because we had another lightsaber game.
Yeah.
Like then it's just Star Wars 2.0.
Yeah.
And like, no, it's just totally wrong.
It's a different thing.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Which, speaking of which, we do have some. I know we already alluded to this, but we have some cool shit to show you. Speaking of it being a different kind of game, so let me know when you want to see that.
Now? I mean, chat, I don't know, guys. Chat, do you want to see some exclusive, never-before-seen eFrontier stuff? Is that what you want to do? Type the number 5 in chat if you want to see it, the number 5. If I don't see enough energy, I don't think we're there yet. You know, I think we have to. Okay, all right. It looks like that's enough.
Laura, can you put your stream, like your stream address in our little chat real quick?
Yeah.
Because I need to ping our Discord, because if I don't tell them this is going out, they're going to be real mad at me.
Yes. You just want Twitch, or do you want YouTube too?
Twitch, just Twitch.
Okay, gotcha. Let me share the old
stream. Real quick Discord thing. I probably should have prepped this ahead of time, but
it's all right. We're doing it live.
This is the frontier, baby.
That's right.
We'll do it live.
We do it live.
We do it live. That's me.
Let's give people. Okay, so while
keep talking.
while CCP Jotunn does his based thing of letting
Contact's
people
legal.
know on the whim.
Thank you.
I think we can talk a bit about the now and the future.
Yep.
So as we mentioned, Cycle 2 is off to a good start, and right now we are in this balancing act, Loru, of doing long-term complex game development that takes time, focus, while also keeping people entertained on the frontier.
Mm-hmm.
As a relatively small game development team compared to a lot of others, this is a tricky balance for us to strike. We want people that are playing now to be excited, but we're also here to create a game that can last for decades. So there's different things that we need to do, and some of them take a lot of effort and time. So right now, part of the dev team is working hard on some really cool aspects. One of them is doubling down on base building. We had a stream on Friday where they were giving insight into, went really well, about the upcoming things that are coming. It was really positive reception to that, and that base building team, which is just a whole team that is focusing on that, is cooking. So the players of Frontier are going to see some really nice improvements to base building over the coming months. And it's not going to be like a one-off thing, but just a gradual improvement as they continue to release. Another team is working on the universe, resources, content, and everything around that. So it is now fun to fly around the frontier, but it can be way more inspiring in the future. We right now only have 3 resources: common ore, carbonaceous ore, and metal-rich ore.
Right.
We want to deepen that and make it more exciting as an experience. We want to have better distribution of content in the world, so it's not just about going to different sites in the universe, but that also the threat comes and knocks on your door as well, depending on your progress.
Yes, sir.
For Breaking Bad, I am the one who knocks.
Yeah, I love that.
And we're continuing there also to create more sites that are fun to fly around in, and everything around that. Okay, and then third and finally is the other team is working on the characters, progression, clones. They're tackling first how it is to die on the frontier, because you die a lot on the frontier and you should. But then where do you spawn after dying? Where are your assets? How do you know how to fly around in space? And then going into character progression, we'll have passive and active character progression. So as you progress, you feel your power increase as well. And then part of that is also working on clones. Clones is a concept that we want to go more deep on. So it is a part of the experience to craft your clone and embed it within your spaceship. That can give you both horizontal progression and vertical. Finally, then what we want to give a bit of insight into. We use the vision trailer not for a marketing tool, but as a
letter of intent.
Letter of intent, a northlight for us as developers in what we want to create. So if you want to know the vision about Frontier, the easiest way is just to watch the vision trailer.
Right. So just to give a little more context on that as well, one of the things that gets brought up a lot about the vision trailer is that there's a moment in there where the player individual inside the structure seems to be manually controlling their guns.
Yep.
Which is not something that happens in EVE Online, to be very clear. That's not something you can do currently.
It's not something you can do in EVE Frontier.
Not something you can do in EVE Frontier right now, actually. Right now, it's the same sort of thing where you select a target, your ship auto tracks it, and then there's a calculation that goes on the back end that decides how effective those guns are.
Yep.
For a long time, we've been kind of alluding to this idea of skill shots. Skill shots exist in EVE Online as like lances.
Bomb launchers as well.
Bomb launchers are also skill shots. Basically anything where you take the control away from the computer and you do it yourself, right? So bomb launching, obviously a big one. Lances are a big one. But both those are a little rough. Not rough, I should say. They're great for what they are, but they are not manual in the way that a lot of people expect them to be. So one of our teams is working on some really cool tech. And also, hello, chat, for those of you who just came here because I pinged. Appreciate you being here.
Hi, chat.
This is the cool shit. So,
and sorry to add a bit of color commentary because I want to edge people on.
I said, Goodfella is the Goodfella edging show.
Yeah, it's an edging stream.
I was gonna say some cool stuff, but first.
Oh God!
Stop us right now.
Oh Jesus!
Okay.
I love it, dude.
What you see in the vision trailer as well. One thing is the combat aspect, but Frontier is supposed to be moment-to-moment gameplay where you don't know what is around you and you need to be carefully flying your spaceship in beautiful sites that have been built by feral drones or some other entities over time, and you don't really know what is in there. You need to scan things down, you need to find them, and in order to do so, you need to carefully fly around your spaceship. With your spaceship, and that is one of the things that the team also has been working on, is how does it feel to manually fly your spaceship in these beautiful sites that are set in the Frontier. So
yeah, so you're going to see that as well. The first thing you're going to see, and this is not new because we've shown this off to our founders before, but we do have a prototype for manual flight controls working right now. Shout out to our art intern CCP Manbjorn for putting that together, or starting to put that together.
Promising intern.
Promising intern, yes. He'll have a big career someday. I heard he vibe coded the whole thing, by the way, which is very interesting. But anyway,
hey, ChatGPT, get me a promotion.
So don't put that in any publication, by the way. That was a joke. Anyway, all this to say, the other thing though that you're going to see is the interesting tech. So we're going to go ahead and do this video, and what you're going to see here, chat.
Exclusive.
Is first of all the manual controls for it.
So we can talk to this a little bit. So there's two things you can see. Is one is the cursor, and then the crosshair is where the guns are currently pointing.
Yes.
So they're kind of tracking up behind it. Then you can see on the right there's the little sort of up, down, left, right. That's like sort of setting manual controls. It's sort of like setting a rudder on a ship. If you turn it to the left a little bit, the ship will just boat around in circles for a while. You kind of set it and forget it, and you can see another line kind of slowly catching up, because these ships should feel massive. These aren't starfighters, these are spaceships, and they should feel like they have weight behind them.
Do y'all understand this, chat?
As you turn, you can see the turrets are turning with the model of the ship, so they need to turn again to hit where the target of the crosshair is.
Yep.
So I can finally come about.
Yes, exactly.
It is exactly that. Yes.
Yeah. And we start with there's a second turret now online here. You can see that some of them are moving at different rates for various reasons. Where did it go? At the end of it?
Once we get it
put it back up there.
Yes.
I forgot to loop it.
This is like Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. This is awesome.
Yeah. So you can see how this is like an early prototype. it's in alignment with what we showed in the Vision trailer. Like we said, it's kind of like a North Star, as CCP Goodfella describes it. It shows what we want, and all the internal teams can use that as like a guiding light as well to help with the designs. You can see like the direction being set and the ship like sort of adjusting itself as it comes, so you can sort of manually set a trajectory with a nice gentle arc, so that you can keep your weapons round and tracked on something for a broadside.
You can set the trajectory of the crosshair so it turns independent of your ship, dude. Oh my god, this is like Space Navy combat, like actually. This is sick.
Yeah, World of Warships in space. Or to make the comment that's already been made, World of Spaceships.
Spaceships. It's good.
I'm in.
Is it World of Spaceships? Because it's many worlds of spaceships.
Universe of online spaceships.
So, the reason this is kind of cool is that this really opens us, and I'll chat, don't worry, I'm going to put this in our Discord as well so you can watch it a little bit more clear. But one of the things that this kind of opens the opportunity for us is multiple different kinds of weapons, right? Like not just weapons in the sense that like here's a gun. There are a lot of different kinds of guns that all do more or less the same thing. They have different damage types, they have different ranges, but it's all the same kind of thing. You have now an auto tracking gun that your ship controls by itself, just natively. That might not be as high a damage potentially. And you also have your guns, the broadside guns, if you want to control those manually. That maybe do a little bit more damage, but you have to be a little bit more involved in it.
Yeah, there might be like travel time, for example. So if you just aim it at, it's like think of like a fighter in World War II. You didn't aim the guns at where the other planes were because they would shoot behind it. Things are moving and things are travel time. So you aim in front and then try and cross the thing. So same kind of idea here. Allow you to like whoever's the most skilled getting that shot in and hits the other one, blows them up, rather than just both guns just point at each other and it's whoever hits F1 first. It's a bit more like, especially if you manage to maneuver at the last minute and you cause all their shots to miss, and then you bring your guns around to broadside and
that should be the vibe. Yes,
I love that. I immediately thought of The Expanse, where like the Martians, if you guys have seen that show, right? Exactly, where the Martians and the humans, the Martian humans and the Earth humans are like, okay, launch the nukes, and it's like a 30-minute window of, did we do the math right? Obviously it's not going to be 30 minutes here. It's going to be moment to moment, but that's still sick. That sounds awesome. That gets my brain a churning. So is that going to be just for, and just because my idea brain is going, is that going to be just for like offensive guns, or is there going to be some kind of skill shot mining bomb as well that can like blow up an asteroid?
Never say never. We're fairly early in the processing stage for that kind of stuff, but that type of feature, once you have the tech kind of set up for it, because this doesn't work as stands right now, because the projectiles in the turrets have instantaneous travel time, like a ray projection. So that's not the case for like, look, even like with missiles, for example, they have they obviously curve around and track stuff. It's not a huge leap of faith to just make it not track and go in straight lines and slow down. It should move faster than missiles, of course. It should be like firing guns from a World War II ship, plane, for example.
But Loru, to answer your question, also mining, it's good thinking on the active for skill shots for mining, but mining will be an active experience in Frontier. We haven't gone to it yet, but it is on our roadmap to do so. Where you need to scan down asteroids, you're not entirely sure how valuable they are. You need to blow up the rocks, you need to harvest the pieces that are valuable, and gather that way. That's where looking at the space scene, seeing the golden veins in the rock, but needing to blow it up, that also creating then more of a signature that can be scanned down. This is the experience we want to create for mining.
I love that. Go.
I mean, obviously important to talk to here. Obviously everything we've shown, I mean, really everything in general, this is all super prototypey. I mean, what you saw right now was just the bare minimum expression of the tech, right? Where we're talking like baby step upon baby steps. This is something that just has not been implemented. Carbon is great for a lot of things, but it is, old and takes time to adjust. And introducing new cool technology like this is always a process that requires a lot of oversight to make sure nothing breaks. So it is, I mean, the reason we want to show it off is not to say like, hey, this is coming in cycle 3 or this is coming in, whenever. What this is us saying like, listen, the tech is being worked on. We have a lot of really cool stuff in the chamber. It's getting there. It's just not there yet. So obviously there's a bunch of like HUD stuff that needs to come with it as well. I mean, you need more information than just what we present to you currently. whenever you're doing the thing, whenever you're out there firing. Right now, you have limited information. There should be more information about, not necessarily about the enemy that you're fighting, but about how far that enemy is from you, how, what their trajectory looks like, so you can actually make those kind of shots, and it makes a little more sense, among other things. So.
And to add also, what we are trying to do now over the coming months is that this is now a prototype. It needs to be refined a bit, but we do want to get it into the hands of the founders as soon as it is ready for founder level quality, genuinely. That's a part of the plan. And because it creates this discussion, I can't see all the chat going on, but that Damon Xi something was saying like, combat speed, for example, and that's something that we need players to help us with. It's like, okay, now that you have this, is combat just
too fast, too slow?
Too fast, too slow. What is needed to help make it feel good, etc. And that's something we can't really do we could do it properly. It would just take way more time and be more boring than to do it with the community that are passionate about the game itself. So that's what we want to do, and that's why we're showing it now, is to start this kind of discussion already.
I love that. The best part about this is you get this kind of system. First of all, thank you for the exclusive preview of, broadside, fire the guns, fire everything. I literally just got Pirates of the Caribbean vibes immediately. Awesome. Thank you for that.
I didn't know that this was going to be an exclusive. I just heard it live, which is cool.
Me neither. Yay.
I had to ask CCP Overload to basically hunt down CCP Paragon, who's working on this tech right now, and basically shake him down for it and give us permission to show it off.
This is great. This is what we are trying our best to develop in the open. Obviously, there is some, sometimes we aren't ready to show things, etc., but we want to be as transparent as humanly possible with our game.
I straight up thought Jotunn was like, hey, legal, is it okay if I...
That happens more often than you would think. It's not legal, though. It's more often than not, it's our poor brand director being like, hey, how would you feel if I showed off X?
Now,
Can we talk later, please?
There's something, Chad, I wanna go macro for just a sec. First, this was awesome. I want you to see that the three people at this table represent a small portion of the team working on Frontier. But every single person at this table, look how knowledgeable, and you can feel the passion coming out of this. This is the cool stuff we're trying to make for y'all. This is the great things that we're trying to show up. So that is, you guys know what the heck you're doing, So, hey, fake it till Jotunn, I build my business on faking it till you make it, brother. So it takes a skill to recognize skill. You know what I'm saying? This chat is really impressive. That every single person at this table is like, here's what we're doing. Here's the future. Here's how it is. Here's these things. And they're answering all these hard questions. So this is really, really sick. Thank you for that exclusive preview of things. And the thing that I immediately thought of was, you guys get this broadside cannon gun thing correct. Then, because of how Frontier is, you let the community make their own stuff with that as a base, correct? And then they can make their own guns that do certain damages or certain range, like a community person can mod in some kind of railgun that shoots very far but doesn't do a ton of damage, because that's how Frontier is built. Is that correct? Am I correct in saying that stuff?
We're way off from that type of... At some point, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we're way off. Just to be clear.
When the game becomes grounded in physics, where it doesn't need to be us relying on things, but it's more just a natural property of the world, then that is definitely where we want to...
I love the duality.
Not right now.
Very good.
I just like to make sure that because we can talk about where the game will be in a year, 5 years, 20 years, and they don't necessarily have to align, because it's a journey, not just the destination. I believe that's from a song from Permaband.
That's the person, Brandon Sanderson. That's right.
There you go.
Exactly. But we will get there. But yes, what you're saying is 100% in the vision. But I wouldn't hold your breath.
Imagine if you will for a moment, Loru. Imagine if you will for a moment. In fact, I'm going to go to my camera.
Yes.
Imagine if you will for a moment, chat. Thank you. Imagine, if you will, that you are an enterprising Frontier entrepreneur, and you know a thing or two about vibe coding. Thank you, CCP Overload. I guess I'll scoot down here a little bit. You know a thing or two about vibe coding, and you say, you know what, I'm going to try my hand at this thing, see if I can develop some modules for ships that not necessarily do the tracking for you, but offer some useful tips when trying to track other ships. Suddenly, you've become an arms manufacturer, and you've become part of the Frontier Military Industrial Complex. not only that, like you are at that point like a war profiteer, and that is something that you can make your business on. Advanced technology for player ships to give them useful tips and tricks when trying to nail down other ships in space. Think about that.
I love that.
Think about it.
I thought of Lord of War, you know? I like
exactly some Lord of War shit, baby.
Like 10 out of 11 people own a gun, and the question is, how do we arm the other one guy? You know, whatever the opening line is. You know, so that's sick.
Yeah, so that's a great film.
So
it's great stuff.
I blame MTV. If you guys are fans of the movie, you'll know that reference.
Yes.
I blame MTV.
Yeah. Well, this is really sick. Yeah, this is what we're talking about, Chad, is we're seeing a lot of future casting of what will be on the frontier. And if all of this sounds exciting to you, and if you want in on this and literally be able to like help build this game and give your actual feedback, check out their Discord. The Discord's free. The free-to-play weekend week is not there anymore, but they do these ever so often. So make sure you're following them and following me so you can see whenever that happens, because we always announce when that happens. So this has been sick. Do you guys have more time? I don't want to go over if you have some stuff to do.
Yeah, we've got about 15 minutes.
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes left.
Are you good? And I think, I can go. I think, Loru, also just to add, we are very aware ourselves that our game is a work in progress. And it isn't for everybody now.
Is it really?
But it will be in the future. I'm very confident in that.
Oh, yes.
So to the people out there, like, just join Discord if you're interested in what we are speaking. You don't need to do anything yet, but just join the club and see the progress, because at some point, if this does sound interesting to you, it will be a game that you enjoy playing. And the best way to stay in touch on that is to see the vibes on Discord.
I totally agree.
Yes.
Yeah, this doesn't have to be a game that every single person plays. Something that I've been saying from the rooftops is that as an EVE Online player, some people will try out EVE and not like it. That's fine. It's a video game. You're not supposed to like every single game. EVE Frontier looks like EVE Online, and that's where, in my opinion, the similarities stop. Is this very service level, very judge a book by its cover kind of thing. When you actually dive in and play Frontier, my goodness, it plays completely different. And I really liked what you were saying earlier about the ways that the game is going to improve in the near future with base building, with exploration, with the amount of stuff to mine and do. Base building for me was the number one thing that I was like, okay, I see the base here, and I like this. I don't love it right now. I know where they're going with this, and I really like where this is, because having your little like space nest, I felt like a little sparrow building a little nest in the middle of, you know what I mean? Yes. Over there in the middle of all these like little twigs, you know. And it was just a good time, and some of the most fun I've had in a survival game, because again, it feels like Frontier, but looks like EVE. So that same rush you get when you see a buzzard on D-scan and you combat scan them down, whatever. When you find somebody mining in the Frontier, well, time to make a decision. Are you gonna broadside him with your current auto tracking guns, or are you gonna, leave? Or maybe his base is unguarded right now. You go find his base. Yep. So there's a lot to do. Definitely check out the Frontier Discord. Check out the Frontier website. That's like super sick. We love to see it. So, so Cycle 2 is going on right now. Oh, go please. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna add my point of view, because I agree. Like, the base building is where, because you're exposed to it so early in the experience, where you don't need to squint your eyes. You need to squint your eyes a bit to see where we're heading with it. And it's good now. It's not great yet, but the team that is working on base building on Frontier is gonna make base building fucking great. I'm like super confident in that. So for the people that like this crafting experience, go check it out now. We want the people, like you're explaining, maybe you want to be close to civilization. We also want people to be able to go out in the boonies in this 20,000 star system universe and live alone, and maybe you'll never see another human. Maybe you will, and that's going to be a crazy moment of like,
map was
is it going to be an attack or
It's bigger than EVE Online, right? Isn't it? It feels like it is.
Oh, it's huge. It's like
way bigger.
3-4 times the size.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah.
So what's kind of cool, I mean, imagine so this is something we kind of talked about a couple weeks ago when CCP Maximum Cats was on our Friday stream, and we were talking about what the game loop for Frontier kind of looks like in the future. And one of the things we've talked about a lot is this idea that you have basically two different major loops, right? You've got, I'm gonna go over my camera here. You've got the loop of survival, which is where we're at kind of right now. There we go. Yep, the loop of survival, where you are in basically a constant churn of finding the conditions that are right that will get you out of the survival loop, right? You're living, you're dying, you're getting killed by, rats, you're getting killed by other players, you're getting killed by the environment itself, like you're succumbing to dangers. But over time, you're building up experience, you're building up resources, and then finally you get to this tipping point where you go out of just surviving and into thriving, right? And now you've not just built a little shelter, you've not just built your bird nest. Now your bird nest is next to several other bird nests, and those bird nests are starting to form a group of bird nests, plural, if you will. So you've then gone from just being able to make it day to day to now I'm starting to accumulate things. Now I'm starting to progress as an individual, as a pilot, as an entrepreneur, as a builder,
civilization.
As a civilization, as CCP Maxim Katz would say, the game is less just a game and more a civilization engine. And that is what we're trying to aim for here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, 100%.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
I was going to add like 3 points, but I forgot them. I was too busy thinking about remembering them. I need post-it notes.
Need to get you a remember all or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, I would be remiss every single time I do one of these. There's always the commenters talking about Web3 stuff, and I want to say something, and I want to ask a question for y'all. When I played Cycle 1, the Web3 stuff was straight up in the background, and I want to commend y'all that the game is first. That was my number one, and I think a lot of people's number one fear with this is that, it's going to be another Web3 thing. It's going to be in my face. I'm going to get hit with sales all the time, whatever. It was literally in the background, and I just didn't have to deal with it. I don't think I thought about it after the first second when it says like, hey, here's your wallet, just FYI, and it holds your in-game currency, blah, blah, that's it. And then I played the game literally for the next 20, 30 hours, whatever that I played it for. So can you speak on the Web3 elements and what you're doing to help put gameplay first, not just okay, you have a wallet. We know that there's smart contracts, that these are the actual items in the game that you make and can place are literally living on the blockchain. What systems are y'all putting in place else to make sure that gameplay is first and not like Web3 first? Go, please.
Yeah. So we are all gamers ourselves, and we want to play the game that we are creating. We are, to a different level quality gamers, but we are all gamers at heart. We use different technologies in the purpose of creating a cool game.
Yeah.
It so happens that blockchain can do really cool stuff that helps create a cooler experience.
Yeah.
And that is learning a lot from the mothership, EVE Online. The ESI is essentially a read API where you can read information about the world or other players. And so much cool stuff has emerged from this thin layer that is a read API, essentially, for those technologically savvy enough. And sincerely I think that this concept has helped EVE Online thrive for such a long time as well.
Totally agree.
The stuff that the community has done. So our premise is, one of our premises is, what about if we increase the size of this layer that is a read-write API, essentially, with good inherited economical structure when it comes to gas costs, so it's not just spammed. You've seen all sorts of Reddit drama when Reddit was closing down third-party devs because they couldn't handle the server cost because of badly written code, because of they didn't have an incentive to write better code because they were just spamming the API. I can go into depths on this. Other part is allowing people to conquer the world of Frontier. We want to conquer Frontier an extremely harsh place that you need to band together to kind of try to harness it, as Jotunn was saying, a civilization engine. This gives you more tools, an easier way to organize at scale. And we have been working with leaders not only from EVE Online but other games to understand how we can better support their lives in harnessing virtual worlds.
Yeah,
love that.
And then there is the aspect of, I can go on a spiel here because I'm very passionate about the experience. Then there is also the aspect of a virtual world. We are developing this out in the open, and we want it to be a virtual world that lives longer than us and CCP. a way to do that is to put the laws of the world to a public database where it can be governed in the future. This is of course a vision thing. So it isn't us doing some manual tweaks based on feedback, but this is a virtual world that is governed by the people that inhabit it. This is a way of doing it. So many different things. So when you all look at it together, that is when blockchain makes sense to do so. It isn't just like trying to fit a square into a peg hole or like whatever the English saying is. It is just us trying to create a cool experience by using technologies.
Yeah, I heard it too.
I love that meme.
A square peg into a circular hole, not a square peg into a peg hole.
Okay.
Just put a square into a peg hole. It's okay. It was good. We understood.
I like it.
Listen, here's like, and more to it than just that. Like a lot of people's uncertainty and a lot of people's like concern comes from the fact that that ecosystem that most games that use games that use a lot of blockchain tech exists in. To quote my very good friend, occasional wise man, CCP Overload, on a stream that we did a couple weeks ago, a lot of those games are not games. They are speculation machines. They're a way for people who understand how the tech works to take advantage of people who don't, right? And what happens is they do a thing, people get hyped up for it, they build a lot of hype, people rush in, they buy the thing, and then they leave. And then people are like, oh yeah, you own your stuff, but like it's worthless now.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense if you want to make a game that's going to last for a long time. Because if people are just going to rush in and buy their stuff and then get the fuck out, you're not creating anything useful, right? You're not like the game. It does not matter what the back end of this thing does if the game is shit, right? It's not good for us. It's not good for the gamers. It's good for nobody. So if we can't make a game that is not shit, we have not done our job. So like. There are too many people in this fucking building on our side of the office over there for us just to be sitting around here twiddling our thumbs making jack shit. Like there has to be a reason why we're doing all of this. And I can tell you right now with 100% confidence, chat, listen to me. We're going to this camera again. Chat, listen to me. If you want to stick around and make this thing, like we are going to try our goddamn damnedest to make this thing as chill and as cool as possible. I can guarantee you, I have seen the design documents, chat. I know that game is out there. Believe you me, there are too many smart people back here working on this thing for it not to be cool and chill. But it only works if we get people's feedback on it. I'm not asking you to come and like get more involved than you're comfortable doing. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I'm not your dad, right? Yet. But what I am going to tell you is it is valuable to us. It's valuable to our community. We have more eyes on the thing we're trying to do. We're going to continue to show people off cool shit. We're going to show you this shit. We're going to put this thing up as much as we can. We're going to put this sort of thing out there a lot so you can get eyes and get feedback on it. But like the point I'm trying to make here is that there's a lot of reason for concern just in general. But the only way we can assuage those concerns is if you let us show you stuff. So we're going to continue to show you stuff and we hope you like it. That's all I got.
It.
Sorry to...
No.
Beautiful.
No
like,
apologies. It really is great.
Yeah.
No, this is the way.
Said in the chat, this guy is hard to understand. I'm a farmer's boy from the north of Iceland, but thankfully we have good people here to translate what I'm trying to say.
We are very, very lucky. We have a lot of smart people.
Yes.
And my space dad is one of those people. It's an exciting time right now. I get why people are concerned. I get it, man. I understand. I was one of those dudes like a year and a half ago. But if you just give us a fucking second so we can make the cool game, I guarantee I think you're going to like it. And if you don't, that's also fine.
If you don't, it's okay. This is my big point. And we talked about this on the last one, and this is, I think, a good spot to kind of call it. It's a really good ending. There's never been a successful Web3 game until there's a successful Web3 game. And when you play eFrontier, the game is fun. I had fun. And you know, chat, we streamed it for you live, and you saw that I started figuring it out. I was like, okay, and the like grin started, and I was like, all right. You know, so if the game is fun, who cares the tech it's built on? Do you, chat, and my big point to kind of really echo what Jotunn and what everybody's saying is EVE Online is basically this setup just localized to CCP games. The eFrontier setup tech-wise is just, we say Web3, it's just the broader version. Web3 wallet for Frontier. What's her Plex wallet? It's the same daggum thing. You know, ISK in the game is the same stuff in the in-game currency as eFrontier. It's just a slightly different setup in terms of the back end and how you do it. And I'm very excited that the things I will be earning in Frontier will actually have value. My goodness, retweet it, send it, you know, sheesh. Because I may or may not have just bought a very, very large ship for things. Do we have, you guys are looking around, it's like a dog coming there or
Yeah, the
something?
TV's about to turn off.
We're watching
While Jotunn frantically looks for it, I will also say, Loru, and credit to you, that you were one of the first external people. Okay, threat neutralized. We're good.
We're back.
We're back.
No, you got it pretty early on. I don't know how tuned in chat is to the original videos you did after the announcement, but you got it immediately, which was super fun to see as well.
I'm just stoked for people to make cool stuff. Yeah, tell me, Jotunn.
Before we wrap up, shout out to Raw. I know you're complaining in chat because I don't have your banners up yet. Reaper sent us some fucking banners to hang up. By the way.
Awesome.
Like full-size banners. He put them in a tube, sent them to us, which is great. Only took Poster in like 4 weeks to get them to me, which is awesome. Thank you, Poster. Always great.
Let's put it on the walkway.
Yeah, we're going to put them on the walkway.
Between the canteen and
they're actually sick as hell. We've got a couple of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was the sketchiest ever transport those back home, though, because I rode on a scooter. I had like the tube here in front of my hands, and I'm like controlling the throttle with just the tip of my thumb and the brakes just the tip of my fingers. Very sketchy. Almost died, but hey, we do it for you, chat. We do it for you.
Why not just like, hey Sammy, can I borrow your car? Like, it's just like this. Work smart, not hard.
Why would I do that when I could almost die instead? You know?
But the better story is the better story. You know. No, thank you all for the kind words too. I think that we're seeing a lot of shifting in, and to go real macro, in video gaming, capital V, capital G, with laws in the Europe area, with stuff in America going on, and there's a lot of discussion about digital goods and their lifespans and how it goes. And unironically, I think eFrontier has the poise and the setup, and indeed the passion, to break and beat a lot of these really bad systems that have been permeating video gaming, capital V, capital G, for decades now. You know, like and if you add loot boxes, I'll be upset. Okay, so, you know, so I will call you out there. You know, so this is something that I think will happen more and more. Go, tell me. Yes.
Yeah,
Goodfella.
and you have a history of calling us out as well, which is good.
I do.
And yet here we are having a super fun discussion with you.
Because we can disagree and still have great convos. That's what makes professionals. Like, when y'all make your game, I'm not going to agree with every little thing, but I am going to show people how they can use it really, really well. Because my plan is to take the same level of we'll call it infotainment that I do with EVE Online and put it into the eFrontier. Very excited for more stuff coming in. So chat, let me cook, okay? I'll get my chef hat. We'll have a good time, okay? Well, y'all, we are coming to the end. I want to respect their time. It's literally at the top of the hour. Chat, let's get some good 07s for CCP Overload. I'll say it right this time. And we have Goodfella and Jotunn coming in. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Well, thank you for taking the time, y'all. We'll see you in the next Frontier video, boys. I'll play out in just a sec. Thanks very much. We'll see you next time.